Development Program on Advanced Cybersecurity. Today's session is session 10 by Dr. K.K. Soundara Pandian. It's my honor to welcome sir, a distinguished scientist at the Ministry of Electronics and IT, Government of India. With over 23 years of experience, he specializes in post-quantum cryptography, digital signatures, and PKI. A former research scientist at IIT Kanpur and IIT Jabalpur, who has contributed extensively to VLSI cryptography, IoT security, and robotics. His work includes 40 plus research papers, 5 patents, and mentoring scholars, earning him the Outstanding Scientist Award. Let's give a warm welcome to Dr. K.K. Soundara Pandian as he shares with us.
You have pointer? Yes. I can audible. Hope I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm not here to teach you the basics of anything. Okay. So let's talk very interactive sessions. What we are planning to have in the ecosystem. So you have been having a couple of discussions last 5 days by the multiple faculties here. So I'm not going to teach as a faculty what is the basics of what is quantum, what is emerging technology. Let's talk into what the ecosystem requires. What are the problems and challenges we have in the ecosystem? What are emerging technology basically from institutional or economic point of view? So these are the ways where we have impact towards right now. These are the things has to have a much explore between the scholars as well as the faculty. So wherever I go, I just say these words. So these things are lagging because I am from IT background. I was worked in IITs for 18 years. Then I went to ministry. I know what is the gap, what Sarkar requires, what academic strength. So we used to able to manage and map. This is where the most important activities are required to insist more on the requirement, basically. So you might be doing a couple of research, everything on papers. Who will deploy? How do I take the user to the, how the enterprises are brought out? When you create an app, what are the complications? Have you anybody developed an app? Have you anybody developed an app and integrated it into the like a Google Play Store or Apple stores? Try that. Then you will feel the real challenge. How so much of apps are coming out, how it is integrated, what are the testings has to be required, what is the policy it has to go, what is DPTP Act. There are many things are coming out. What DPTP Act is there? What exactly just conveyed to the citizen or the user or the developer? What these things are most essential in the ecosystem. It's not you do a research, you just publish a paper, you get a degree. Then what do you do? Again, you are going to train the same thing. It's like a cycle. You have to think different. So when I was completing my PhD, my director was pulling me to the academy. I said, no, I'm not going to be academics. I can go to academy anytime. But when I want to deploy, because I completely work on a deploying level, I want to understand what the user, what the citizen needs. If you're going to have a game changing, then you will be the star. You will be easily highlighted. Getting one MATI project, you can see how people are getting a MATI project. DSU you can get multiple projects. They facilitate the individual. MATI facilitates the ecosystem. Because we are the custodian of all electronics across the pan India. If I develop some sensor, what data the sensor has to go into for the user? Basically, user in the sense citizen. We always think in terms of how to develop the system. What thing has to get matured? Why I'm not going to have Make in India? We always focus this. What not in my country? How do I develop that from my in and around ecosystem? This is the main focus of the impacts and the challenges which is going to integrate along with the current scenario. So this is going to be a completely different presentation from whatever you are going to learn, or you will be learning further also. So try to map. Whatever you learn, try to map with what I can do for future. Okay. So let me cover up what is industrial revolutions, what basically we have to do, what it has been happening in so many years and years it is happening now. And what are the cyber security of physical system, what is security, or how they are going to connect to the different devices, what are the policies related to that, and what are the emerging and future aspects of connecting device, how to secure the information, why quantum computing is required currently, what impact it's going to have in each and every system. Either you talk about data science, whether you talk about artificial intelligence, blockchain, whatever, irrelevant. Am I going to be safe and secure in quantum world? As of now, no. Because all classical has to be replaced in quantum. Okay? It's more vulnerable in quantum world. How do I do that security? Whether I'm talking about the edge computing, or whether I'm talking about developing a chip, or I'm talking about an algorithm. 3 level I have to make. Okay, that's what India is moving towards a quantum mission. Already world globally many people have started integrating. We are moving. The global is going to start complete change over 2030. That's what they predict. Still we are very early stage to think of. Okay. So then what are the standardization, what are the R&D initiative, what are the research focus, basically in terms of emerging technology, blockchain, IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning. You can include this quantum also here. These are the futuristic thought process. As you all know, what are industrial revolutions? Basically, we have industry 0.1.0, 1, 2, 3. So what are the changes we have? Are we secure here up to this? Only 1.0, 2.0 we are secure. But the thing is that we will not have a drastic change in the ecosystem. The moment I enter into computing, then the problem of attack starts. Correct? When I get into this cyber physical system, which is going to connect all my devices to the internet, then the real challenge of cyber comes into picture. Wherever I interconnect to my IoT devices, basically. Either right now you connect your AC or fan, wherever we have got a remote IoT connected. Right? See, 2 things. When you are more acquainted to IoT, you have to be very cautious about your security. Whenever you have, I don't think so how many people have your TV along with your camera. Because most of the TVs are LEDs are with cameras coming out. That's most insecure. It's easily hacked. The IPs are open. Still you can secure with your digital signatures. So this is where the ecosystem keep on moving toward how do I secure myself. Instead of thinking how to secure other device, how to secure myself at my home. How do I privacy be maintained? Before allowing any app, have you anybody read the agreement?
Nobody, sir.
If you read, you will not allow. It's true fact. Correct. You will not allow to read because I'll access your contact, I'll access your photograph, I'll access everything.
Contact photograph.
It means you are giving your key to them, and tomorrow you are saying my data are stolen. Correct. So these are the different ways where we have to be mature to handle the situations. Okay. So if we talk about these connecting cars, everything, are we more secure here? Because at least this is okay. This is something like a CNC machines 3.0. Still now it has moved up to 5. It's moved up to 5 because see, we need a growth also, the GDP also, everything has to grow in a gradual growth with a safety and security. That's what the DPDP Act comes into picture. When I say more data are theft here, how do I secure it? Because that is a big thing. There are a lot of DPDP Act, a lot of laws are integrated. So if you talk about, you have to have one session only on DPDP Act. It has huge information for their user, the citizen. How to secure, how much data you can provide, how much data they have to use, how much data they have to, computationally they have to maintain. Have you ever thought that how much AI data is going to do the computational time? How much AI data can take your privacy? Everything is streamlined. How the private concern has to use, how much the government concern has to use. So everything is streamlined in all these informations are available in the draft. You have to read, you have to attend some sessions if you don't have time to read. So these impacts more towards your research as well. It's not only to read this policy, it is policy to, when you develop it, you should think of many things during standardization. Instead of developing, you should first think of where I am going to use it. Who is my user? When you for publishing paper, it's okay. Up to that, it's okay. Nobody is going to question you. When you're going to work commercial, then the real challenge comes. When you become an entrepreneur, when you become startups, MATI always supports startup. You develop, because if you go to MATI, there are MATI startups are there, because where they facilitate the ecosystem. So lot of provisioning, lot of inputs, lot of they support for patents also. I'll be covering those factors, how it has been improvising yourself when you after completing your research, when you mature enough to handle the situations. So when I talk about these things, again, these are the main things: the artificial intelligence, as well as the software, big data, IoT, cloud, and blockchain. So these are the main things which is moving towards my industrial revolution, basically. So these are the ways where I keep moving from steam-based engine, electrical engine, computer-based, then artificial. This is the fourth industrial revolution. Still 4.1 and 5.0 has come out. So where this I am going to integrate my Have you ever thought of what is geospatial? Can you give one example in geospatial? What are you going to do with geospatial?
Satellites connectivity with products.
Yes. Can you able to link this
Drone.
geospatial with your day-to-day life?
Drone, something like this is connectivity.
Okay. Suppose if I want to replace FASTag, what is my next application? Just think of out of the box. I don't want to stay in toll. What is my next option?
GPS location set.
Yes. See, right now system is moving. I just this one more work is going on. Now in future, maybe due course of time, there may be a change. Maybe they want to replace this FASTag also, or removing of toll by geolocation. So are you paying exactly the way you are using right now? No. You may be the toll may be for 100 kilometers, but you may be using for 10 kilometers.
Yeah.
Why should I pay for 100? In that case, what is the other option? It means the moment in towards that road, I should take X, cut the money. When I go out, it should deduct my money only for 10 kilometers. That is more useful for the user also. How do I integrate those systems? So these are the ways where you have to utilize your emerging technology, where you have to secure that area also, that data also. See, when you move out, people should not like a duplicacy of your work, duplicacy of your system, because now the cars will be integrated along with that by finding the geolocations. Have you know about a NavicIC? What is that?
Yeah, you're going.
It's an Indian satellite system, not US GPS. NavicIC. So now most of the phones will be coming with NavicIC. They started integrating our NavicIC chip to integrate to find out our own user satellites. The moment we go for GPS, it means we are using a US. So these are the ways where we have to find Make in India. Facilitate Make in India. It's not that Make in India do not have a quality. We have everything. How do I utilize, how to facilitate that? So these ways where we can have more revolutions. It's got the point. See, always dependence on the other. It's always a drawback. The moment you have your own, then nobody can stop your growth. So that's what One India, One Subscription has came into picture.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
What is the advantage?
A single repository. Anyone can access.
Anybody can connect.
Yeah.
That's what many global countries are following it.
Yes, sir.
It saves $1
Exactly.
So that was initiative to PSA office. So these things will change over the utilization as well, because see, this university may be using only 10. Again, they have to subscribe. Other IIT, they'll also subscribe. Instead of everybody subscribes, the whole countries get subscribed
Yes, sir.
under one channel, one umbrella. That really it's a good move from PSA office, Professor Sood sir. It's really a very useful for the academics.
Academics.
Not even academic, even if we want to something use to search, it's more useful. So what is this IoT basically? As you all know, since you are a scholar, you are a faculty, so I'm not going to have much detail about what is. IoT is a safe.
No.
No, sir.
Never.
How many has a habit of switching off your phone before sleep?
No one.
No.
No.
Because you are addicted.
Yes.
Even in the night we can check the phone.
But I have a habit after 11 o'clock I switch off. I have a habit. I'll switch off, then only whatever the charge I'll do it at morning 6 o'clock. 2 hours is more than sufficient to charge. How many have the habit of, when you wake up, how many have the habit of watching first the WhatsApp?
Yes, sir.
Almost everyone.
No, that is not.
If you go back to like one decade, we used to see at least a Bhagwan ke face, otherwise we will go and see the mother's face. I think complete change because this is a complete addict. Because IoT is changing your lifestyle. Have you thought that this is not a drawback?
Yes,
Because you are addicted. Nothing should addict, you should get addicted, right? Can anybody delete your WhatsApp and keep quiet for some time?
No.
Because these ways we have to restrict ourselves.
Nowadays, WhatsApp is the main.
If you see the data, how a single user, that means single citizen is connected to the device, you will wonder. Minimum per person is connected to 10 devices.
Yes.
Minimum. How much frequency level? Because we are all educated, we have been doing about gigahertz, so we are talking about 6G. How much signal strength we have? It's not endurance to our brain. How many? If you are using your phone near your head, I am 100% you will get a headache.
That was you can see your.
Even the research says that you should not give an alert. When you put an alert in the morning, it means you are going to trigger your response. It should not happen. You should have a smooth sleep, smooth wake up.
Without alarm.
Huh?
Without any alarm.
Without any alarm.
Yeah.
Alarm is the biggest thing which it spoils your morning sleep. So these things, when you wake up at 5 o'clock, daily will wake up at 5 o'clock.
Biological
I'm damn
clock.
sure. That's a biological change that happens in your body. Everything system dependent. We are making device we are giving our control to the device.
Device dependent.
You wake me up, you give me alert, you give me a reminder. I don't know how many people remains at least your phone, father ka, mother ka phone number. I don't know how many people remains.
Yeah, remembers.
That is right one.
At least
Everybody
I'm
at
happy
home
that at
has
least
one.
some numbers have been stored. Otherwise they said, like I have seen one phone, like they are written Happy 1, Happy 2, Happy 3.
Have you?
So these are the ways we completely forget our indigenous or individuality. So these ways we have to keep away or keep moving towards. How do we strengthen? What things I can do for the ecosystem? You okay? You're thinking something different? Okay. So when connected to this capital, like these are all. It's a big market. That's what I'm coming to say about why IoT devices are more exponential. Why the IoT has to be taking a big gap, big changeover. I'm talking about everything is IoT. There's emerging technology, whether it's a data computation, data management, data computation time, or IoT, whatever you talk about. What is the gap which you are going to help it out here? The IoT comes to have any device, anywhere, any business, any part. Because see, this IoT captured a big market during the COVID. If you think about 2 or 3 years back, during COVID, everybody started using IoT. Okay, it's a ease of life. It's good for the ecosystem also. That we done. The Swiggy's, the Zomato picked up during those periods. Like Uber, Ola, same thing. So even they don't have a single car, they have a multiple cars now in the loop. Because the technology is developed a lot to facilitate the ecosystem. We should not get more into the hazardness of the ecosystem. That's what the main content we have to focus. How to secure basically. Maybe people who are cryptographers may be able to understand this. So why I have to cryptographically secure myself? What I have to do for maintaining the confidence, hiding the information, integrity, availability. So these are the main, which are the three pillars, we'll say, mostly in the security. Wherever you do, whatever you do, any type of research, this has to be maintained in an academic or in a research mode or in a deploying mode. This has to be essential for the requirement. So these things will help us more to understand what exactly the cryptographical understand to protect the data, confidentiality, integrity and availability, mainly in the advanced cyber security. What is advanced cyber security? What is cyber security? Cyber security, you lose the data, advanced security, you save the data. Cyber security is cyber security. You have to save your data. Advanced, what is advanced? Quantum? इसके ऊपर कुछ नहीं है. See, there are difference between cryptography and cyber security. You know that?
Yes.
There are a lot of difference. People say I say I'm a cryptographer. I'm not a cyber security. Cyber is just to ensure that your data are secure, but I secure the data. So these ways where we have to be more focusing towards and more towards the physical system basically. Even if you talk about the sensor, how far my data is secure? So we have been talking about the data have been stolen through camera, CCTV, yes, wherever we are, all they are Chinese cameras. I hope so these are Chinese cameras. How do you secure this? Have you anybody thought? Can you hack a camera? Easily you can do. Because these administrative passwords are default passwords. How do you secure that? So you have to think what because see, there are a lot of problems in and around you. Focus that. Do a research on that. Come out of the research. That gives you a mind-blowing impact to the ecosystem. That will develop you as an entrepreneur. When I'm talking about quantum, what I can do for quantum? What is the classical, what is the existing problem? You may not be expert in all domain. Wherever you are, you try to focus, bring into the ecosystem. That will suffice my requirement. I don't expect everybody should move on to one quantum. No. You may be expert in your domain, you may be expert in your domain. You bring that into the ecosystem where the classical has been moving to a quantum. When the quantum comes, what I have to do? Whether my systems are safe. That's what we have to think of. Whether at least my passwords are safe or not, because we are everything you are showing in a Google. We are giving all the key to him. Tomorrow we say Google chori kar raha. The moment you see the shoe in your Google, it will reflect in your every web page whenever you open it. Have you ever come across?
Yes.
Because they are trying to judge you. Because when Sundar Pichai was giving a talk on AI, like 5-6 years back I saw his talk on health. He can judge you when you will die. The moment that app goes to the insurance company, he will not give you your insurance. Is it not good? It's good or bad? It's good for insurance company, no, it's bad for the citizens. Because it completely analyzes your data, completely checks your body, your previous record, the current record. When you reach the hospital, it will judge. So these things matters a lot when you develop something new. Moreover, we have to be more secure. That's the reason system is making a more effort to secure the data. How much data you have to be stored? Have you ever across that? How many? What are the portals your Aadhaar has been utilized? Have you anybody checked? Anybody knows? There are restrictions. Huh? It will show you how many times your Aadhaar is. How many? You know how many people are be checking it? Are you regularly checking it?
No.
You don't know.
Yeah, don't know.
Have you developed? Can anybody develop such a thing so that it gives alert to the user friendly? Because accessing Aadhaar is impossible by common man. It needs a lot of policy because Aadhaar is very, very strong. Because they come under PKI, public infrastructure for the country. So there are a lot of input, lot of systems. So So if you want to do something user friendly for the users, then you have to understand all the policy level standardization. These also matters a lot when you develop a new the thought process in your idea. So this is what I'm talking about, the interesting thing. So when I'm in 2020, so this is the standard, like at least 2 devices are connected to per person. Now if you see 2025, almost 10 devices are connected. If you open your phone, you may be having a not more than less than 15-20 apps. They'll be tracing you like a Vodafone. They keep tracing you like a Vodafone because you have given all the permission to them. So these are the things where we have been moving towards the population, the connected cars. Now the Tesla cars are coming out. Okay, so they'll be completely, they'll go in a wireless mode. So are we requiring that wireless mode, or we are integrating to the wireless mode? We say it's a technology. Using the technology, why don't you have a facilitate to the farmers? What you can do for them still can improve. What are the other ecosystems where you can develop? Find the frauds where it is happening. Try to restrict that. How to do with your technology. When you start to channelize one, you can. I'm damn sure you can have multiple things you can find. Try to get the problem from the ecosystem. Day-to-day life. You may be having some problem. Okay, let's see what I can do for this. So these are the few things I want to emphasize more on. Like IoT Center of Excellence has been established in ASCOM, AICTE, ARNET for research projects and the India initiative to combat this. This has been playing growth by using the ICT capacity for the country. And there are multiple startups or IoTs have been across the pan India. You can go to a website called MSH, MATI Startup Hub, where you can see many, like multiple different startups. You can see what they are doing it. At least try to analyze why they started, what is the motive, what is the background. You can see there are no MRS in the country, it's all imported, right? So have anybody thought that, okay, let's have our own MRI? It's not a rocket science. If we can develop, we can also develop. Only thing is that technology has to be brought into our ecosystem. So there are multiple things which can be imported, can also be made at our ecosystem. That's what the requirement of the current scenario. The more you develop, the more secured, because you will understand the security aspects of our country. This is more towards the impact, how the challenge is going to happen, how the security. What are the pros and cons in like emerging technology? So as a researcher, you might be facing it. Say, I don't have a lab, I don't have a proper device, I don't have. It's all everywhere. Okay. So if you come across pan India, there are a lot of CDACs are there where system has been. If suppose, I don't have server. No, I don't need to have a server. Go to CDAC, they'll give you a login cloud. They have integrated big servers at their platform. So government has given them integrated there. You have to just approach them for doing any research. They give you logins. Okay, you have to mention. They'll give you some form. You have to mention what purpose, how many months you want. It's all free. You can easily approach them. Government has initiated many things. Nobody knows aware of it. You don't require a server to do a system. Even you don't need to come to live. You can sit at your home and do it. Within your laptop, you can do the whole computational work.
No need to come to colleges. Yes.
It's all cloud. You set your data, it will compute and give you results. So facility you have to explore. What facility are available in the across the pan. See, I know because I was an academic for 18 years. I know I was in IITs. I know how every professor's work. I know what when I came to MATI. I know what is the ecosystem required. I know the gaps. What is the strength of academic? I know what is the strength of how do I map. If I want to get the work done, academic is the best solution. I can get an easily research outcome. But when I want to deploy, I need industry. Academics cannot directly get into industry. That's a gap.
Yes.
For that only we are there to map. We know which industry will work for it. See, industry also does not directly take input. They also come to conclusion, okay, this I can deploy and go ahead. It's not that easy for it to convince the industry. Because see, when I'm initiating with the IITs also, it's challenges for us also to convince industry. Because industry has a lot of procedures, protocols, legacy, legal matters, everything. They have to also come across along with the policy. But once it is matured, 100% it will deploy. That's a target of an industry relationship with the academics. Many DST projects are still in the bookshelf because of that reason. Sir may be having much experience. When I was working in IITs, I had a project. When I joined MIT, I was supposed to refund the project. DST said, sir, you are in the position to give the project, not to execute the project. I surrendered. See, this is the way that because I said, sir, I will do. No, sir, we cannot take your input. Because the position is that we have to monitor the project. I have initiated a post-quantum project, it is of something like 30 crores. We have integrated more than 5 stakeholders. It's not a call for proposal, it's an invited proposal. We executed, I have been conducted more than 100 meetings before giving the project. After giving the project, every 2 months I used to conclude a meeting. So that's what made it, it's a very different structure of working. Because we need an outcome, it has to be deployed. I have to show the user. DST gives a call for proposal with your idea. Here, the things comes out with my idea. Okay, I want for this ecosystem, it has to be deployed. Okay, let's move ahead. So in that sense, we have been working towards the cybersecurity in quantum. How do I bring a safety and security in the quantum system as well? What is the latest qubits? Anybody know? What is the latest qubits IBM has come out? Any idea? 1134 qubits have come out. China is already using those qubits and they are already cracking RSA algorithm. Already cracked. 2048 they already cracked. You can Google it. Still, see, unless and until if you see like 2 or 3 decades back, getting a 2-chip of MB RAM memory, it's a huge cost. Now it is gigabyte. Still, I am seeing like very compact has come out. It's like a pocket. Not this much size. I am seeing it. It's a hard disk coming out 3 GB, 4 GB. That too SSD, not HDD, SSD. Only the cost factors, but still, you cannot imagine. The day will come. Quantum computing will come in a very pocket manner as well. The days are not too far. So we have to be well prepared for that. How the system has to move ahead in all emerging technologies with the utilization. Whenever the quantum computer comes, everything is broken or vulnerable. Before that, how do I safe and secure? Either in terms of data protection or in other mode or by hardware or software. In all firewalls, even all firewalls can be broken easily. So now things are moving towards quantum VPN, quantum random generator, quantum algorithm, quantum edge computing. If you see, there are 5-6 verticals what DSC has come out. Have you seen that? Quantum computing? Quantum machine, you know that
Yes,
DSC has already come out. Have you ever come across? Maybe you can discuss with Karan ji, he might be knowing it, he has submitted some proposals also. Sir also made some, I think they have submitted. Quantum. Okay, so like scalability, one is big scalability, the technology standardization. When you talk about standardization, you know who is the authority to standardize a certificate in the country? Have you ever come across STQC? Standard testing and quality. They are the only agency, that is a MIT body, who can certify. If STQC is certified, nobody can challenge. They are strongest body there are multiple labs are there, but once you say I'm STQ certified, it means like I have iPhone. Nobody can challenge STQ testings, because mostly the lab and panel labs are there. These STQs is a pan India, so they do the standardization. Other BSI is give the standardization, ISO is there, and STQs certify that product. Once it's certified, it means they check nook and corners of your device. Lot of procedures they have. It's not that easy to get a STQ certification. But when you bring a certification of STQ, it means you have come across a big challenge. You can go and inquire with any startup. Ask him, sir, have you got any STQC certified? And then he'll give you the big story. How to approve, where to approve, how do I reach, what are documents they require, what are documents they check, how many checkpoints are there. So if we talk about any standards, any the policies, there are a lot of things, because these documents are coming out in order to facilitate your ecosystem, facilitate the user. See, we are using a phone, we are just including app. It does not mean that like a system is not working. No apps you can take it inside an iPhone. Apple Store, it's not that easy to integrate an app. You just find out. You just find out how many apps are there. You just ask any startup. If they say I have integrated an iPhone app, then he'll give you the real standardization scenario of iPhone policies. Like, have you come across this any lock in the web browser? Have you seen the lock? SSL lock. You know what is different HTTPS and HTTP, right? What HTTP does? HTTPS does? Security. Okay. Do you know that the certificate is behind that?
Yes, sir.
What is the certificate?
TLS.
Yeah, SSL certificate.
1.2, 1.3 version.
Okay. Who issues the certificate? What the certificate does?
So for security, how much secure that start email and
Who issues the certificate? You know the infrastructure begins with SSL certificate?
Yes. Government
There is a forum called.
government authority will provide.
I'll tell you.
IJOB?
There is a forum called CAF forum. Certificate Authority Forum. Okay. So these forums sits in Canada. There's a forum, they give a web trust seal. It means once the web trust seal has been given by that forum only, those CA, certifying authority, can issue the SSL certificate. Otherwise they cannot issue. If you see any website with the log, it means you just click that log, you can see certificate, the property validity, you can see who issued. Something like it's a open SSL or let's go SSL or let's SSL or something like a DigiCert. It means US, not India. India is, yeah, because when I have been into Berlin, I have seen all the forums like Apple, Google, I met everyone to integrate our systems into that. So very soon we will be having our own browser for the country. So all the competition has been completed. So very soon there will be it's come out. It's going to come out. Then we'll start like other border sharing countries. We'll have our own browser to integrate our own SSL, so that I can stop millions of dollars going out of my country. So every channels we are working out to stop the data sharing outside the country, so that your data are safe and secure, not shared to any browsers. So these are the ways how the system keeps moving it ahead to our, see, when I'm talking about this real-time analysis, machine to machine, because these new software products, everything you see in the apps, correct? How they know what you require basically? It means you are given, because you are given the options to, okay, whatever I search, let it reflect here.
Yeah.
See, it may search your previous orders, that's okay, that's from your database. But whatever you search from your other browser, how you can able to understand?
Each and every process
That
will
is
be-
completely, because see again, there is if you see the policy, it's very clearly written what to allow. But without reading, we keep on allowing it. That is a big glitch. Because we say, no sir, हम पे time नहीं है. चलो time आया था, आप data तो चोरी करने दो. This is what happening. And tomorrow, as we are blaming the system, it's not right way. So, what you can do for that? This is what the system keep on moving. Okay. So, have you talked about this, like purpose of that? Have you start thinking people can work on the drones? How the drone data are secure? Are they secure now? You can hack a drone because there is no PK, there is no digital certificate. Because only digital certificate PK can be able to interact one to one. When I have a certificate here, when I have a certificate in the drone, the certificate talk to each other like SSL, basically SSL. When you have SSL, when the others have SSL, these two browser will talk. Okay, I am in a safe zone to send the data, safe zone to get the data. There was it's a long back story in IITs. Students have the server. Okay, it normally happens. Every ecosystem they try to students they used to for fun they used to understand whether I can hack or not. There was people are angry. Department any action. One professor said yes, we should take action. That's good. Yes, crack the server. But you should understand that you showed there is a gap in your server also. It does not mean that I am going to promote that student. It means that there is a way to tell the system also. Somebody has to crack. If you can hack the camera, tomorrow the system gets afraid, okay, I have to save that. Unless you say there is a gap, who will say? You come out with the idea, okay, there's a gap, I can fill it. It's your your outcome is not only to give the problem, you have to give the solution also. Then you will become perfect entrepreneur. So when you try to address all these challenges, interoperability, you know what is interoperability, right? I cannot say I can develop only an app only for the Android. I should be able to develop in all processes. That's a it should be interoperable all platforms, all environment, all conditional activities, everything. So how to monitor. So when you address these challenges, you will be able to find the problem as well as the solution. So these are the ways where we used to address the requirement for the individual users. So 90% of fails with the IoT project, IoT is not delivering full potential because of data challenge. Again, the computational time. Because IIC Bangalore has a good provisioning of VLSLR. You can approach Professor Divan. Divan he is a perfect VLSI hardware person. They have already done a working on the Saber algorithm, which is one of the post-quantum algorithm. He is one of the candidate, innovator of the Saber algorithm, post-quantum based algorithm. So these ways you have to explore what things are available in my ecosystem. First, if you have tried to explore, right, you can easily do a work. You have a lot of ideas. You maybe doesn't know how to utilize the ideas, where to encourage with the ideas. You have to approach that. Nothing will come to your table. You have to search, because that's what we say. We research. As a researcher, you have to keep on searching it out. Okay. So the stakeholder business role state data is important to the project, challenge, collection, analysis. No industry will give you data when you go there, I'll tell you. Yes. There is a way to get also. You have to execute the NDA with them. That's the trick. When you approach industry never give you any data. They say, okay, let's have a non-disclosure agreement first. Yes. You should not overlook, you should go through that. These are the ways where things keep on moving. See, today you say, okay, sir, I will not share, but somehow you may not be sharing it, but you are given permission to many of the apps to allow.
They will steal.
You are liable.
Yes.
When data goes out, then you are liable, as per Act. So these ways where we have to be main focused. So business for to rigid to allow to act, because these are the ways. See, very simple. Develop an app in your own ecosystem, whatever you work. Think and integrate it to iPhone and Google. That's it. My simple question. Then you will find the, then you will come out. Sir, itna dikkat hai. Dikkat nahi hai. This is a procedure. You are not known. We are, as we are user. Today it's very easy to download and install. When you develop, then you feel the real, as a researcher, academician, scholar, everything will come into impact. The more you facilitate yourself, you will be thinking in a very different direction then. Once you have done, it's well. That's the same procedure. Then you will start your company. I'll tell you, 100%. Being an academician, you need time. You can come. You can take a book. You can be a professor. But very difficult to become an entrepreneur. You should think beyond the box. What I am going to do a change over. The moment you become an entrepreneur, it's good for the country. When you think in a different, as an entrepreneur, being an academic, you will develop 10 entrepreneurs. Whoever that comes to you as a student, you will treat them as a startup company CEOs. So this is the way where we are learning in our ecosystem. All the IITs, all the professors nowadays having a startups. You know that?
Yes.
Most of the professors having a startups. It's become a culture now like US. So when I'm in New York University, every professor has their own startup. They develop with the students only. They are not going to have rocket science. They develop with the students because it's not a one journey. It takes a 1, 2 to 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line to develop that. Once it's matured, it's ever lost. So what are the challenges we have? Like in device, sensor, networking, communication, social, legal issues, economic, human behavior, usability, marketing, decision making, security and privacy, data management. So I have seen one startups doing only emphasizing more on the AI training. Because now I don't know, like whatever the data shared between the apps also, whether they are safe, I don't know. Because they are not PK enabled, they are not doing any encryption. Are the WhatsApp messages are safe?
Encrypted.
Safe. Don't say no. They are safe.
Safe.
End-to-end encrypted actually. Even WhatsApp will challenge. You just Google it. All are encrypted because it's like a phone to phone. Your number is your. I don't know how many people knows the public and private key concept. You know the PKI?
Yes.
Then you will be able to knowing it. You know how many key bit size they use? 256. 256, right?
256,
You say 512.
56.
56.
256.
256.
128, 1,
That is more than sufficient.
128 WhatsApp is 128.
128 256. I don't think 256.
128.
Recently they have not updated.
128.
128.
1.3 TLS 1.3.
TLS 1.3 version.
Oh, 1.3 version.
Yeah.
That's why you said once.
That's why it's 128.
128 bit only, yes.
Are they safe in quantum?
No.
No.
Don't know.
No, I'll tell you because we are, that's the reason. See, actually we are working on the digital signature. Okay, so every certificate I am working with a 1496 bit RSA, not 128. I am working with 14. I am working the highest.
Still not safe.
Still, see, 1496 is safe. Even in the quantum computing, it takes time to break. In the current ecosystem. In classical computer, using a post-quantum algorithm, 1496 is quite high, too much high. But instead of having one quantum computer, if you have 100 quantum, you can break.
Yes.
It's a computation time he needs. That's it. See, actually now the thing is going is harvest now, decrypt later. They try to, all these hackers try to collect the data. They keep quiet, they keep on collecting your data. Okay. If your data are harvested now, okay, when the quantum computer exists, when they decrypt, you need to take all your money out. You may be thinking, okay, this pirate done, he'll be keeping quiet. That's the reason this ransomware people are getting, suddenly they get if you see sometimes it accelerates more during some period of time. So these ways we have to be, that's the reason the global is moving towards, even you decrypt later also, I ensure that my data are safe. So that's why people keep on saying you like save your passwords. Now there are a lot of options are coming out where there is even the cloud computing are quantum enabled. Quantum enabled in the sense they used to integrate that libraries, quantum cryptographic libraries. Now we are working in the hybrid certificates. Hybrid in the sense it will be having a classical algorithm as well as the quantum algorithm. Because all the protocols are not working on the quantum now. Suppose, for example, you say Adobe. Adobe is working in a classical algorithm, RSA. So when you want to work in quantum, when the tomorrow if Adobe says now I'm going to change over, it's like basically, you know what about IP4, IP6? You know about that? So every system has moved to IP6?
Yes. No, sir.
No. Still people are using IP4.
Yeah.
It's because their usability is more. Same way. So now system keep on moving towards quantum in a hybrid mode. Both will be there, whichever they existing. I have seen many systems only with IP6. It will not work in IP4. It's same thing, something like that. So there's a complete change will happen gradually. When the system completely move on to quantum, it will have a changeover. Same way the hybrid and this, both the concept accelerating right now to move on to the quantum. By 2035, 2032, something like that, next 5 years down the line, there will be a complete changeover in the cyber world. There, how do I secure myself? If people say that I'm quantum enabled app, it means he has integrated the PQC algorithm. May not be enabled right now, maybe he might have used hybrid mode. There are some HSMs have come out, hardware security model, where they enable the hardware with the PQC chip. PQC libraries, not the chip, PQC libraries. It means he has completely encrypted that information. So, insecure web interface, insufficient authentication, insecure network survey, lack of transport encryption, privacy concern. These are the security problems with the device. Insufficient security configurability, insecure software, poor physical security. So, suppose like if you put a password 1, 2, 3, easily they will crack to open your devices, open your any informations. Okay, so there are some phones where they have the Knox chip, right? You might be knowing it, where they have the crypto engine, where your keys are stored, private keys are stored. You know that? Maybe you can Google it. Not with the low-level phones, so the high-level phone they have the option. Samsung. Samsung, yeah, exactly. Samsung has a Knox chip.
Yes.
So same way, let's see. Again, if you keep on increasing the security features, the cost also increases. It's all the versus. The more security required, the more thing is required. Okay. So, for example, these all household cameras are all hackable, very easily hackable, because they always use self-sign certificate by the OEM itself. If you want to secure, then you have to put a SSL certificate in that, so that the communication channel, because unless you say yes, nothing will get updated. Right now, OEM keeps updating the firmware as and when he requires. Nobody interference is required at all for the system in a VMS software. He keeps updating. Nobody asks him to give the update. How many people allows default upgrade in your mobile? Why do you need the upgrade? The system is already working.
Some advanced features.
That you have to decide, right? Whether the security features need or not. Have you read any before upgrading the bug?
Sometimes, not always.
No, you should read.
Yes.
In iPhone, I always put a no automatic. I read what is the bug he is going to fix. So if you say, have you gone through a certain website? They keep publishing what are the incidents happening across the pan India. They have already given some tools to also to check. Just go through that certain website. There are tools that are available to check your system, check your phones. So everything. See, these Sarkar is giving very clear instruction for the user to save. At every point of time, keep upgrading it. But we are not getting used to it because either we are not aware of it or we don't have a time. we have a time to watch WhatsApp. So try to be very safe, secure in this ecosystem, because it's a completely a cyber world where it will completely get into you, because one is loss of money. I have seen many incidents is happening. So where even like apart from you, even I don't, I use very less debit cards.
Credit cards.
Debit cards. Debit card is the first thing where easily monies go out. If you have an account with a debit card, easy to access. I don't have debit cards for many of my accounts.
Yes.
I have internet. Debit card is the first thing to get out your money. Easy. There are some banks giving virtual debit cards. You know that?
SBI, yes sir.
Only SBI is giving.
SBI, yeah.
I like that. बाकी बहुत लोग नहीं दे रहे हैं.
That's why I am not taking the physical debit card.
Physical debit जरूरत नहीं है.
Not required.
Now today's world, huh? Debit card is the biggest thing. I had debit cards. Normally I don't go to bank. I say like once upon a time, like I want to change a password. I forgot somehow. I was searching. They asked for a debit card. Then I was like, I don't want to use it. Then I reached the bank. Then he said you have to take a card. I don't want to take a card. Then I was searching it. Then I got a virtual debit card. From that I just changed the password. Done.
Then, yes.
Compared to other banks, I just okay. SBI is giving a more facility.
Yes sir.
But SBI is giving more facility towards prevention and protection also.
Security, more security.
And there is a
If you see the website, they'll see in
256,
नीचे लिखा होगा 256 encrypted.
256.
yes sir.
Real one matter.
So these ways we have to learn more things.
Yes.
Still, what you can do, it is not the learning process. It has to adopt a process. What you can deploy to the system with your knowledge. You may say, sir, I am working only in this data science. What I can do? There are a lot of things you can do. Data science people can do many things. Now data is the biggest thing.
Everything.
The data science people should read the DPTP Act.
Yes sir. I gone through some.
Gone through?
Yeah.
You should give presentation.
Last year, 15th.
Which are giving, oh good. That give you more impact. That you will understand more things. So let's stop for some time. Break. Huh? If you want to break, you can take a break and come back. It's not boring?
Not boring.
Such boring. quantum computing? I think it might be a discuss why I have to go for a quantum. What is the risk associated to that? Do you know that?
It is good, not advantage.
What is the risk associated if I don't go to quantum? In quantum. What is quantum computing basically? Can we just say anyone? Have you ever come across quantum? What is the quantum computing? Any background? Because all are computer science, right? You should know them.
Sir, we know few keywords, superposition, entanglement.
No, I'm not talking about India. No. You are going to subject. No, I'm not talking about subject also. I'm just making a very overlay. See, basically,
Security, sir.
exactly.
Based
See, if a practical quantum computer would exist, it would break all classical factorization and discrete logarithmic problems based on the public key crypto that is using it because of Shaw's algorithm. And for doubling the key size of symmetric key basis of Grover's algorithm. Not many other algorithms are known yet, so what's the solution to be adopted? Use quantum technology to fight quantum technology in quantum cryptography. So this is why basically I'm saying is that quantum computer has a fast computing process.
Yes, sir. That's advantage.
That's advantage. One drawback is that it emits more heat because of the photons. High temperature. You cannot have it. It's like a I don't know how big size the IBM has. You can Google it and see how big size the 1034 cubics instrument has come out. It will come down. It will come down to room size. That is a different story. The one drawback of quantum computer is it emits huge heat. It needs a cooling. So why? Because it needs more computation. It's doing more quick, fast. Have you ever come across QKD? Quantum key distribution? Have you known that? Any idea? No. There are two things. One is quantum key distribution. One is quantum cryptography. Quantum cryptography basically it's a encrypt the signal, like public and private key. QKD is basically it will try to communicate from end to end. It's a communication channel. There are some few companies are like Pune Labs, some other companies are there where they work on the QKD, where they try to save or secure the channel. Okay, so because once you break anywhere, you cannot take any data out because it's basically the zeros and ones. So because this calculates the cubic basically, and it's like a transistor, the classical. Okay, the power it is exponentially in number of qubits. Here it's like a relational. Quantum computer have a high error rate and needed to keep ultra cold. So it has a low error rate because that's the reason it's used in the room temperature. Well suited like optimized problem, data analytics, simulation. It's a everyday processing handling process. So what will happen due to this quantum computing? Because whatever you do today, suppose if I am using a 126 bits or 120 like 250 whatever the bit size encryption today, it will break in a fraction of a second. Which the classical computer may need
1 year.
1 year.
Yes, sir.
If you think the 1 year exponentially, if you see the 1 year heat is going to emit by a computer which is going to do it within a fraction of a second, then you say how much heat will emit.
Yes.
That's the reason quantum computers are not very easy to adopt. The current situation, the many researchers are going out. If you see like 2 or 3 years back, the electrical vehicle, the main drawback of electrical vehicle is the battery.
Yeah.
Now if you see, the vast innovations are happening in the battery only.
Yes.
The main thing is the battery, right?
Life.
There are a lot of companies are coming out where they have started using more lightweight lithium batteries. Still more researchers are coming out.
Yes, sir.
It will still need to reduce it because see the more the demand is there, the supply is less because of the battery consumptions.
Life.
Still it will increase. The day will come completely solar also will come the panels. So the innovation, the changeover will keep moving it. Why I have to go for quantum in cyber world? So why cannot sustain with that? You cannot sustain because it's not whether it's going to mature or not, I don't know. but the world is working. World already started using quantum computer in cloud basis. You can Google and check. IBM is giving the provisioning. Okay, some of the Intel is also using the cloud login to do the computation time. Some of the medical research which is they have to do for months and months their research outcome. They are doing very quick in quantum.
But high error rate is it?
If you don't have a cooling, that's the reason they should have a cooling.
Okay.
If you reduce having the cooling, then you don't have error. That's one advantage. Zero error. You can say not zero error. Comparatively, it will be minimum. See, if you want to have a very same thing. Right now, you can, since you don't have a provisioning. That's why I said if you do not have a separate, don't worry. See the place where they are using a cloud computing, cloud servers. Get the login. Well, complete the work. It's very easy to get your work done in the current ecosystem. Previously, your professor should have a project, you should buy a server, you should sit with you need to be accessing, it needs more computation, it needs a separate cooling lab, AC, nothing is required. Sit at your home, use your laptop, log in, complete, put your data, come. Now, research is very, very, very far. Too easy to handle your data out. What for you are using? How this data is going to be saved in your cloud also. That's also very important, right? You have to think whether my data are saved there. So if you have a good look into this, how this logic libraries or impacted the quantum like a physical logic libraries of compiler, non-quantum, quantum. So these are the quantum operation registers, how the database is mentioned in the classical machines, and how this interface is going to happen in this quantum machine. These are all qubits, right? So if you talk about this, this is the old figure which I got it when I was coming across on LinkedIn. Some professor has shared it.
The qubits are dated with some number of zero or
No. It's either not zero nor one.
In between zero.
You cannot predict.
Okay.
You cannot predict, but it is like the photonic shape which is going to access your data bit. Suppose if we say that the slant, okay, all the photons has to cross the thing which will emit, will get you the data out. It depends upon your input. I am not a quantum physics person. I am a quantum cryptography. I am not working in quantum computing. Okay. So I work in the cryptographic side. I work in the crystal diethyl crystal fiber, which we require for our ecosystem. So we are in the process of replacing RSA to quantum cryptography, where I want to secure my data, communication difference. This quantum computer, it's in a different ball game of analysis and understanding. How the quantum computer comes out. Don't mix up both the things. Quantum computer is different, quantum cryptography is different. Quantum computer, it's like a desktop, where it has a lot of computation. It has its own processor, computation processor, it has its own qubits information, how the inputs are coming out. For a user, it's like a box. Internally, only quantum physics people can able to say what exactly, how the processor is moving, how the flow is moving. You can just have some information around the Google, so you will get a lot of information about how the quantum computer is working. Okay. So how this memories are stacked here. It's same thing. Same if we compare to classical computer, how the memory is there, how the processor is working, how it's going to communicate, what is the OS based on that. You can see when the quantum computer comes, automatically Microsoft will also come into picture. They are also enabled. Correct? So everything in coming into picture. Sir, you may be asking one doubt, like whether this classical will be completely eradicated.
No.
No,
No.
you don't need to eradicate. It means all the application, whatever is going to work on quantum computer, it will work on our desktop also. See, quantum computer main afraid is that it can have a high computation to break it.
Break, yes. That's all.
Because once it goes to the hands of hackers, how am I going to save and secure? Yes, I can save and secure my data in a classical as well using quantum computer, quantum cryptography. Because why? Because it's going to work against the Grover's algorithm. Shor's algorithm says it's easily, as per the discrete logarithmic problem, it can easily be broken. So that's why the reason quantum cryptography came into picture to encrypt the data instead of RSA. Right now it's RSA. So why don't you ask, no sir, still I can increase my size. How much you keep on increasing it? It means you are going to load your classical algorithm, classical systems. Instead of replace, I can increase to double, triple also the bit. The bit says I'm increasing, it's better I can use a quantum cryptography, which is comparatively less computational time. If you compare with the 1496 bit to the post-quantum cryptography algorithm, that is crystal diative, crystal Kyber, there are 3 levels of security. Okay, if you use a maximum security of parameter, it will be equivalent to that only. Only thing is that now I may be using 1 GB of RAM, either I may be using 2 GB of RAM, that's it. I have to increase my hardware only. It's not going to cost me more. In that case, my safe system is safe. You have to save your data and system. That's a goal. Yes. Rest, how do I communicate? What are the other channels? What are the other protocols? Have you ever seen any digital signature? Where all you have seen? Where all you have seen a digital signature? What is a digital signature basically? No, I'm not going to say yes. You just say whatever you feel like. Let's make it interact. Okay.
Signature, what we are
Encrypted
signature
some
digitally.
Have you seen any document seeing that digitally signed?
Yes.
It's a
There.
DigiLocker pay, all the documents are digitally
No,
signed.
that is signed.
That is DigiLocker.
Digital sign we have seen that.
Where you have seen?
In our office, we have seen from director.
The document you have seen somewhere?
Yeah.
Have you clicked that?
Not now. but
Have you seen any income tax having a digitally signed?
Yes, sir.
Have you clicked that signature?
But you can't read that. There is an appropriate reader, then you can see that.
Which
No,
one?
no, no. That signature
Digital-
you can
digital
click
sign.
easily.
No, you can see.
If you, that signature, see, normal signature.
Just say that this
You know
document.
why they are, people are doing digitally signed?
To secure, nobody else can copy that.
No.
Digitally you can.
Yeah, you can in an image, if you crop it, you can use the document.
Yes, somebody else, some security will be there, nobody else.
So 2 things. One is encrypting a document. It means nobody can steal a document. It means the document is encrypted. When you suppose if I'm sending, for example, now if you see many people in many places that tenders are encrypted. It means he cannot see unless because see, you are submitting a tender to me. You are sending it encrypted. Okay, I have a key to decrypt and see. Okay, he cannot decrypt and see because I am the agency. I'll open the tender in appropriate time as per the directions. In that case, your document is encrypted. Suppose, for example, I am putting a digital signature. It means that I say I have signed. Tomorrow you can say my admin signed. You are liable for the document. If you are saying, okay, sir, I have sent a mail. It may or may not reach you. Or it may reach you also. Whether it is good or bad. Tomorrow, if he claims that you have sent, you cannot say I have not sent. It means it has come with your digital signature because it has a token associated to that. That token has your signature. It means as per IT Act, you are liable for that document. It has a timestamp also. At what time, where it is stamped, it will fetch the
Entire data.
time stamping of your satellite, NPL satellite. So it has a lot of implications. That digital signature, whenever next time when you see, just click and check. It will show you who issued the certificate, valid up to which is CA issued, because it will come to the cluster root of your country. That is the specialty of that digital signature. That digital signature, the data, today I decrypt. Today I harvest, okay, I get all the information about you, everybody, okay. Tomorrow, because it is only it is signed through a 2048 or 1496 bit of RSA. Tomorrow when I get a quantum computing, I'll go and feed all the data, I'll get all your keys. Like you, I will sign a document somewhere else. You are gone. It means my data, how it's not secure. My digital signature can be in a risk. For these assessment of analysis, the quantum computer, the quantum cryptography came into existence to save my data privacy informations in the quantum world. Okay. What is the current state of quantum standardization? Quantum computers do not solve all hard problems. PQC considers a classical algorithm that runs instruction of classical computer in terms of time, memory, communication are hard to break. Both classical and quantum algorithm rely on different mathematical problems that integer factorization or discrete algorithm. There are three different types of cryptography has come. One is lattice based, hash based, coarse based. This is the key encapsulation method. Okay, this is what we're talking about QKD. Yeah. So here they use a crystal kyber. This is a shortlisted and NIST shortlisted algorithm where NIST has given a competition before 5-6 years back. Now they have shortlisted an algorithm. Okay. This is key encapsulation method. Or these are the other. This is a lattice based. One is a code based that classical McLean, byte and XQC. One is signature. This is called, I am talking about digital signature. Okay, like RSA, public and private key concept, crystal diethium, Falcon in space. So this is the first shortlisted algorithm. And there are one more thing is a super singular Euclidean curve type of cryptography. These signatures and one PQC key encryption algorithm undergone standardization. So here this is almost standard, and again now this is called for one more round of PQC algorithm for standardization. Now competition is going on. So people are interested can participate in that also. Your algorithm may be also get standardized. See, it's not that, the issue is that it's not that I don't want to use this. It depends upon the application. It may be like it's not more secure area. You can use McLean's key. You may use byte. You may use XQC. It depends upon the requirement of the user. If you want to secure very high information of quality data, let's go for crystal diethium because the size is bigger. Okay. Even in quantum computers it cannot be broken. That's a challenge because it's as per the Groves algorithm you cannot able to break it in quantum computer as well. What have my system is that my system should not be broken in quantum computer also. For that quantum cryptography came into picture.
Yes.
Now it clear? What is quantum computer? What is quantum cryptography? What is classical algorithm? What is quantum classical computing? So these informations will capture my standardization. As of now, globally it's not standardized. Now this just standardize these two algorithms, comparing, taking into the act of attacks, taking into many factors. It's not that only attacks, and there are a lot of testing still going on to evaluate like side channel attack. These things are happening regularly, periodically going on. See, this is the why I'm talking about the initiatives. What government has done initiative. So if we talk about this 22 budget on 8,000 crores over the next 5 years down the line, National Mission Contact on technology and its application, they are focused on this is how the DST has come into picture, and they've already, it's going on. You can see there are 4 pillars. You can see in the DST website also. There are 4 pillars. One is quantum edge computing, one is quantum data science, one is healthcare, one other 2 more are there. Okay, so you can just see that. So they are more, the mission helps define next generation skills in manpower, boost traditional research, also encourage entrepreneurs, startups, ecosystem. See, this is the main goal of system. They always facilitate the requirement, what the ecosystem requires. Tomorrow, even the power meters. Power meters are IoT, you know that? Nobody is coming for taking a readings nowadays. It's all
IoT.
You know, all power meters are PK enabled, you know that? Can you hack a power meter? Try. You can show that system is weak. You know what is PKI? Public infrastructure. What PKI does? PKI basically what happens is, I'll tell you. PKI basically does a certificate. Okay. So, very simple is, like a SIM card. When you buy a SIM card, what are things you do? You go, you file an application, you request to any service provider for a SIM, correct? Same process. Whenever you want a certificate, this certificate can be dumped to the device to ensure that I am the user, like a SIM. I am the user of the SIM. This certificate works in a PK infrastructure. PK basically it is a it has a lot of policy behind that, where we keep regular audits, checking like firewall, HSM, hardware security model. The keys cannot be stored outside; it must be stored within the device. When you try to tamper, every system will collapse. Nobody can steal the data. As till date, PK system is very strong. No compromise on the data, as well as in the hardware, everywhere. Okay, such a hard core system is the PK. So when I'm having my digital signature in that, when I'm giving that type of signatures into the device, basically SSL certificate into the device, can anybody can tamper? When they try to tamper, you cannot find a key also. But that can happen in quantum world. So today, okay, you are safe. Tomorrow when quantum computer comes, okay, I have decrypted all your keys, I just encrypted, I have changed your key. So I just, instead of writing 10 unit, I will write 100 unit. Or instead of 10 unit, I can put 0 unit. It's a loss for the domain, theoretical domain. So these things has to be, see, these are the things associated. So what things has to be mapped? What you can, as a researcher, as an academician, what you can do? Where are the fields you can integrate? These things you have to judge. Okay, these things I have to secure in my cyber world. When the quantum computer comes, in quantum world comes. Forget about it's going to come or not. Right now quantum cryptography is there. Think of how to secure. What is a hybrid certificate? So there are multiple things are there, which is associated to that. Okay. These are the main thrust area in the cyber security. Network security, virtual private network detection and de-anonymization, automated audit compliance testing, visualization against cybersecurity standards, low-cost automated cybersecurity readiness, assessment and preparation, next generation intelligent network security solution, including solutions of digital forensic. Have you ever come across digital forensic? Any idea? What is digital forensic?
Device का the device is using.
You think that you have deleted some photos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be tested.
It will be there. There are a lot of softwares are there to retrieve each and every pinch of data out. Don't think that you have saved some data, you have sent some. Even if you delete your data from WhatsApp, their server is having. There are some policies how many days they can store. So don't try to send anything wrong things in social media. You may be thinking that I'm safe. No. If your intent is wrong, your data are safe there. Safe there. So be aware while thinking this digital forensic. Digital forensic, even they have a provision to crack your iPhones. As per section 64B, there are certain organizations only in India, that is certain, can able to crack iPhones. They have software for that. They are specialized. It's not that I cannot, like everybody can do. It's like only government to government. It's like that.
But they take permission from the Apple, right?
Of course.
With this section.
Of course.
Yes.
They get everything.
Required for that. Evidence.
If you go to Apple today, okay, you ask no sir, I have forgot my iCloud password. They will not give you. They will not, because their policy is I have to save my user data. For him, whether X, Y, Z you are, they will save your data. Yes, he is right. Today, if we try to give the information to whoever comes, either irrespective, whoever is asking, the government is asking, anybody is asking, As per his policy, he will save his user data. But as per our policy, we have to crack the data. Yes, that is also there. Don't think that is not there. It is there. System can break. There is a agencies to break. Legally, they are bound to do. So, like why I am giving is all the information, whatever you store or share, be careful. Think how you can work in this. You can think also, like still this software cannot to tap. You can try that. You can be $1 million you can earn if you have that such a kind of thing. See, always there is a maker and checker. Who is smart? Police or thief? Thief thinks ahead of it. Still you have to think ahead of it. So these are the checkpoints where we can keep improvising ourselves. Like automating cybersecurity. You see, if you try to do research on this, completely you can have a wonderful outcome. These are trust areas. It is required for the current ecosystem. Where you can see here, I can talk about this quantum as well here. Encryption, cryptography, post-quantum cryptography, cybersecurity, preparedness, privacy and accidental leakage prevention. Where all you can do this accidental. Where is the possibility accidental leakage prevention is there? You find out. Try to protect that. Try to come out with this. This is very, very, very essential. These are the checkpoints where these cannot be having any books. These you have to explore. Cybersecurity audits and incident response, automated solution for continuous perform monitor of audit based on specific parameter. So these things also you can submit as a proposals. What are the benchmark? You can try to see what globally people are working on this incident response. How you can capture the incidents in your phone. Because these incident response never comes as unless you go and search. So you can create an app, try to fetch the data, give an alert. Okay, this is a very important incident response happened. Nobody sees what is the incident happening across the planet globally. Have you come across? No. Unless and until somewhere major incident happened, that comes in a paper we never gone through. You can create apps like to integrate the other usage also. Many people doesn't know. Have you heard, do you know that how many SIMs you can have in your name?
Yes.
How many SIMs you can have?
9 to
5, 4, sir. 4.
5.
She is
95?
9.
9.
If you go beyond that, you will be trapped. How many people know that how many SIMs in your name?
Yes, sir.
Why? See, you may be knowing that I have taken 1 or 2. How to trace that? You can create an app. Think something different so that every user identifies you. So this is more essential for something differently if you talk about, think about. So that gives you your credibility. Then again, the channel comes in terms of the security. Okay, I have done this, I have given to the user, I have secured the data, the privacy is maintained, confidence is maintained. Every channel of action you can able to secure yourself in the cyber world.
So how to find the tools which we can use to get these things?
Again search. Because see, these are everything is there. Just for the information. Everything is there. What things can be done, what is not to be done, what things existing. See, when I'm saying the trust area, it means there is a leakage. Somewhere that is lagging. Still we need more.
We are not able to get everything.
The world is open. The problems is within your house itself. There are multiple problems you can see. Whether your lock can save your house, what else will save you? You put whether Godrej lock of 1 lakh or normal lock of 100 rupees, doesn't matter. How far you are safe to secure your information. Who knows that who is inside in your house? Your mobile will tell you how many people are within your house because of your signal. Easily it can be tapped. If I know that all your numbers, I can tap you. Where are you? Okay. Oh, nobody's there in this house. He can easily decide. He can put a hacking. You can stop all your communications. You can do. See, many things are possibility. I'm just saying it's a possibility. So, a lot of people are doing deepfaking, masking. A lot of things are coming on, right? How securely you can be able to give your AI? So now hot code is AI, high performance computing as well. See, there are one courses happening in CDAC. It's like a high performance computing AI. It's a specialized course where I think there's some advertisement also I shared with Karan also. Whereas government is giving 10,000 every month and giving a free of cost that course. Have you seen any course like that? You don't need to pay a single penny. Sarkar is giving money to get trained. See the importance. It means more things has to come out because it means there are a lot of demand is there, no supply. And secondly, to facilitate, everybody should learn and come out to the emerging technology, the usage of technology. So you just go to CDAR websites, main websites, then see this course is also, I think that is facilitated for mostly for these girls. They prefer and other categories they are giving it. You can apply there also. They pay 10,000 rupees, it's good money, at least for sustainability. Because huge money is government is spending to facilitate you. Because when you go there, you can learn many things. It's not only the information, you have a lot of accessibility, you can see multiple people who are working in this area, core area, what is the real-time project is going on. When you start thinking, it's all, see, whenever you do BTech or MTech, you do like a normal project, you just kick off. What do you learn out of it? Unless you are a PhD scholar, you learn how do I do research. Correct? Rest, everything is on the air. Okay, sir, I submitted, I got a journal, I got my degree, then what? You be academic? Yes. Again, you are in the same academic. What do you learn? You will be a user, you will not be a giver. You should be in a position to give. You find a problem, you develop, give. I'm still, if you allow me, I'll go and sit and do coding. But system never allows us, for us. That's why even every, like when I was go for any meeting, people get afraid because ye dark there. Because I know what is input, what is my output. I am very clear in my work. ये आना चाहिए मेरे को. ऐसे नहीं आएगी. You have to incline. See, people always see when you work right, you always incline. Okay, you find there is no error. See, actually, I wrote one paper during my PhD. I was writing for more than 1 year. It was it's a very good paper. I know each and every top to bottom. I know. My supervisor there, after 6 months of revision, my supervisor said, keep the paper out. मैं बहुत गुस्सा हो गया. इतना मेहनत किया मैंने, he's not allowing me to upload. I said, without his permission, I cannot upload a paper. चुप है, चलो ठीक है, छोड़ दिया. He said, okay, concentrate on another paper. Started looking. Suddenly one day he came, you pick that paper out. Then now you review. I have found many errors. It means you stuck. When you stuck with something, you will not find error. Same thing happens with us, systems. Think different. Something when you think different, then you will learn more. That triggers me. I said I'll not go for academic. I think different. People think, you have done your postdoc, you have done your PhD, why still here? I said, no, I am happy with my system. I need my country. Whenever I go, I'm treated as third assistant. I go, I'll learn something, I'll come back. Still my postdoc supervisor calls. I invited many times. She comes down from US. I never book a ticket because of that relation which I maintain with my supervisor. She comes with her ticket. I'm invited to India. She comes, she attends my wherever I invite, she presents. She is the only one emirati in the whole country for the whole cybersecurity division. Professor Hoda. You can Google her.
Professor?
Hoda.
HOD.
Al-Zamia. Hoda Al-Zamia. New York University. Because we work like not like a professor student, because we work in a very something different we have to produce. So this is where we have been traveling. So think different always. Don't stuck. When you are stuck, you will not grow. You will not able to find a problem first of all. It's not a growing second thing. You will not find a problem, how to give a solution. After third month when I started reviewing, my paper got accepted without any comment. First attempt it got selected in IEEE. Because it means that the moment when I started scolding my supervisor, I just found, that is wrong. Because he made my mind clear to avoid the errors, which I was stuck. So when I was like, he gave me some drawings, he said, okay, it has to fit here. I said, sir, ऐसे नहीं होगा. नहीं ऐसे नहीं होगा तो नहीं चाहिए. मैंने कहा यही चाहिए. हो गया फिर. So nothing is impossible. We have to find the route. It's applicable for all areas. Why I'm keep on, because this is my experience. I completed my PhD in 3.5 years in IIT. I just published 8 papers.
Within 3 years?
8 papers. I used to work for 18 hours. That too in IIT system. IIT system. I used to keep working. My supervisors come and see me in the lab at 1 o'clock. I said, क्या कर रहे हैं? आप क्या कर रहे हैं? सर मैंने चलो पढ़ो. I used to sleep in the lab. Just go to room only for refresh. Because the PhD is you should have the drive. सब में नहीं होता है. I see many juniors left within 1 year. I said, I'll just sustain. नहीं सर मैंने को sustain नहीं कर पा रहा है, नहीं जा रहा. IIT structure is completely a different scenario. People takes even before me, some seniors joined. They completed after me. Depends upon the drive, because mine is only because I got full sponsored for MHRD. My PhD was sponsored. So I had only 3 years leave. I had to complete within 3 years. Luckily, my supervisor was so supportive. So it's all the way you think forward. Even my supervisor completely is a VLSI person. I worked in the cryptography. He gave me an open hand. You decide your area, but you should give me a paper. Without paper, every chapter, every paper. This is the thumb rule in IIT. Nobody should question your degree. My thesis plagiarism was only 10%. Allowed is 25%. See, these ways we have to streamline ourselves, so that we can able to calculate all informations out of it. It's not a big rocket science again. It's more the effort you give. My juniors used to enjoy 9 to 5. They completed after 6 years. They also complete.
Yes.
It's only the time span. They are not married. As I completed my degree, I just joined PhD after my second son. Before married, no. After second son, I just put my family to Chennai. I went to IIT. I stayed in hostel. So still my supervisor wants my algorithm, because I developed algorithm. I know how tough it is to develop an algorithm. Still he said, okay, why don't you go for a chip? So very good time.
You did from IIT Madras?
IIT. Because when I was working in Jabalpur, okay, nearest is Patna. That's why I preferred Patna. Otherwise I got my admission in IIT Madras also. I'm not able to. That's the reason. That time IIT Bhubaneswar, the problem was academics at one place, hostel is one place. So I cannot work after 5, they said. I said no, I want to work after 5. You cannot restrict research. So these are the some when I was doing all
Pros and cons.
pros and cons, I was analyzing before joining. So these ways we used to. I have joined, completed that. That's the reason like I'm able to come out. Otherwise, it's very difficult. It is still people cry, and sometimes why you want to cry? You can do it. सर आप तो बच गया, हमारा तो नहीं हो पा रहा है, गुरुजी ने नहीं भेज रहे हैं, गुरुजी आउट पेपर मांग रहे हैं, दे दो यार. It means he knows your potential. Otherwise, no supervisor will tell you that you do not have it. Everybody has a potential. Only thing you have to incline. So now the most role is moving towards quality. Think different, incline to your work. So it may be hard initial stage, but once you mature, once you give your output, you can, because now wherever you go, when you become a faculty or when you become a startup anywhere, the people, the moment you say I developed a quantum safe something, people are ready to give you ears to hear what you say something. Otherwise nobody will hear. Be with the emerging technology, work with the emerging technology. Don't say that, say I have taken a problem from a conclusion, I have developed this is my conclusion. This will not give you a more sustainable model. Sorry. TCS head is called. Okay, artificial intelligence. These are the, see, if you see this, Indian mission launched by MIT is structured around 7 key pillars to foster a robust AI ecosystem in India. So if you think of this AI, if you can start working in this AI emerging technology, these are the descriptions, these are just see Indian future skills. Expand education by increasing AI course at undergraduate, master graduate, PhD levels, establishing data and AI labs in tier 2, tier 3 cities to build an AI ready workforce. It means they want to develop AI labs so that everybody can start using it. So these are the thrust areas. If you think of these areas, you can also, if you think of that cyber security integrated with the AI, so it's going to be a wonderful thing. Since you are working in software level, you should develop something different. Some software, some app, something usability. The fast, because when you say, Naisa, how do I do a lot of computation? Yeah, use some cloud service. Who is not using cloud service? Everybody is using cloud service. Cloud service in the, have you ever gone any data center? No?
We are going in next month, next week, sir.
Oh, very
The
good.
industry visit.
Very good. You go and see data center, how safe and secure they are. There are levels of say, data centers, level 2, level 3, level 50. Actually, most data centers are level 4. You see the security channels they have, the firewalls. So these ways where these cloud services are provided. It's not that it's a cloud. It means that the virtual machines you are going to access for your usability. Okay. So these are different things, and see again, safe and trusted AI. Are my AIs safe? Who will ensure? Are the data are getting encrypted in AI? Don't. Whether WhatsApp is AI based? No, right? Not yet enabled.
Meta is there.
Meta.
AI is enabled.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Huh? No, enabled. Yeah?
Meta.
Meta AI.
Hello.
WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram.
AI.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have not gone through that. Even we are not allowed to use DeepSeek and ChatGPT. Now we are restricted to use it for internal.
Internal.
Because the data are, we don't know where the data are going. So officially we are not supposed to use that. The academics okay, at least you can have a better English because they give a better English. when you read from, again, whether, I just want to know, whether these information which we get in ChatGPT or whatever, whether it is, when you, like, check in the plagiarism, it catches?
Yes,
Yes,
now
sir.
there is
AI
option.
flags.
Now there is option. You can select whether it is AI generated or not. It will give immediately. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But every time when I give something, it gives new thing, right? But how do I check it? How the plagiarism tool is checking that?
With the words, keywords.
Some keywords.
Keywords.
Yes.
Oh, same thing. 3-4 keywords continuous, then it fetches.
Paraphrasing the same way
But
sentence.
see, these ChatGPT or DeepSeek, it's not storing right anywhere. Saying it checks from his server again.
This is trade.
No,
They're
suppose
generating.
two things. One is through login, one is through guest. Guest is I'm not logged in. Okay. In that case, where it will check? It will check in their server.
The servers. They have trained. They are generating. Is generating AI. They are generating.
Generating.
But
AI.
the tool is generating.
They are
Yes, sir.
generating. Yes.
Tool is generating a hash from www.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it will cut and paste this and get the information.
yes,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not getting this. But that's what I'm saying. It's not storing anywhere.
Not storing.
Then how it is getting there?
It's generating. Sir.
Because see, our documents are already stored. Wherever we copy from a research paper, it gets stored. We try to get the plagiarism.
Sir, but there is a lot of contradiction. Like speaker before you said that you find WhatsApp very secure, right? You have that.
I think it is storing.
नहीं,
Because
storing
this time
sir.
it is giving update version
आप
as
जो
well.
भी
With
सर्च
time
करते
you
हैं आप
will have the
उसमें जाके देख
improved.
सकते हो आपने क्या क्या सर्च किया तो पूरा डेटा अवेलेबल होता है.
That is through my login.
Yes, sir.
There are other options. There's a guest also.
Sir,
In
guess
that case,
what?
so,
गेस्ट में भी होता है सर.
Yes, sir.
if you are login,
But
then
time will be
it
there.
is for you. You are login.
Yes.
But how the plagiarism tool will enter into your login?
Sir,
No, sir.
can you
It's not
check
captured
the
100%. Plagiarism tool has something.
But it will show.
Yes.
The plagiarism tool have some dictionary of keywords.
Acha, that's see, all the plagiarism tools normally how they work is they checks for the continuous 3-4 words.
Yes.
Either Turnitin or some other tools, whatever. This is because I used Turnitin when I was.
Yes.
Even today,
Everybody is using that. Turnitin is the most.
Standard keyword is
5 words. Correct. But I have not seen. But let's see. Okay, one interesting thing. In the Indian youth can lead a revolution movement using artificial intelligence and blockchain technology with a value addition. Can you just Google this, think who has said these words? And one thing. Second thing, the blockchain assured government commitment to explore the blockchain for ensuring the digital economy. See, when I'm talking about this artificial intelligence and blockchain, what revolution I can do? One thing is that I can improvise the outcome. I can improvise my outlook. I can improvise my safety and security. Correct? You know how this blockchain works? Simple as a play from childhood. Anybody can able to map what blockchain exactly?
Distributor laser.
Huh?
Distributor laser.
Distributed ledger is a technical word. Have you played this Raja Rani game in childhood?
Yes.
Somebody one
Yes, sir, yes.
makes a record.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It is the same game.
Yes.
It's the same game only.
Yes, sir.
Nothing else. Somebody one keeps a record. If somebody maps out, I can easily map out who कौन गलती कर रहा है. यही game.
Yes, sir.
So these games, see, whatever we do in day-to-day life only coming as a technology. He might, the professor would have thought in a different direction so that he have brought the lecture, he have brought the centralized, decentralized, everything. Okay. So if you think every technology, AI also. So when you think about AI in a like a database, who plays a major role? Data science people.
Yes. That
How they see when you talk about data science, there are a lot of compression techniques are there. Still, AI needs more work on the computational time. How still I can secure, still I can compact. What are the keywords I have to save? Because all the data are not required to store in that servers. Only the key information has to be stored. They'll fetch that. Because my friends who are working, they used to say, because in an algorithm they need to save everything. The usable information. They say usable information. Still you can work more on that also. Okay, but whenever you work, don't work with a single hand because you have to integrate a multidisciplinary actions. Either you may be strong in technical, you may be like computer science, electronics. So whenever it's not that only you can develop. Okay, you have to have a multidisciplinary informations to work together. So just I'll go through this. These are some divisions which I'm talking about. R&D in electronics, these are the multiple divisions. R&D in HPC, from computing, in emerging area, emerging information technology, mobile computing, network applications, IT based. So you can think about the water resource. Actually, have you come across this Jal Shakti competition? Watering to all villages.
Just the board is.
Jal Shakti is a board. There was a competition also happened how to give a pure water to all villages. There was a competition happened long back. So now all are IoT based. All are IoT based. So these solutions also people are coming out. And this is one more division is the R&D CCBT where new next generation they are working on the cellular based systems where I am talking about this QKD. So now these communications are okay, but how do I save and secure in cyber, what are cyber security gaps, challenges are happening in this communication systems as well. And conveying a wide and wireless network, fixed mobile coverage, wireless technology, in rural communities, digital addressable, ICT application, multimedia, initial studies in cutting edge technologies, development of roadmap. Okay, so these things will facilitate my requirement in future. And one is R&D cyber security that I'm talking about, the previous one. These are trust areas, vulnerability assessments. You can work on the vulnerability detection analysis also, the firmware application, media storage, scan tools. So these ways where the multiple requirement and R&D comes out. Crypt analytics, you know about what is crypt analytics? The threat. Have you come across any concept called Trojans? You know about Trojans? Trojans, hardware Trojans, software Trojans. Have you come across? Have you even anybody come across that your phone, normal Android phone gets degraded after 3 to 4 years?
Yes.
Why? Because even you delete everything, you scan everything, still your phone does not come to that working condition. Have you come here, reinstall here, my phones are slow, why? Have you anybody analyzed?
Upgraded version are there.
Okay, you go back to the older version, still you try. Don't go for upgraded one.
Then the system is slow to work on the.
Okay, improve your memory. See, active computation is requires a memory. Still it will go slow. You start searching Trojans. Hardware and software Trojans are there. What happens is that it's basically a AND gate and or NOT gate. It will not have a much change in your hardware. It's like a clock. Okay, the clock triggers after a couple of years, couple of months, whatever may be. It's a counter clock basically. So after 3 or 4 years, the clock triggers. When the clock triggers, automatically it will slow down your performance. That is the integrated your chip itself. It's a big market behind that. Yeah, you cannot.
The strategy behind is that okay.
So
it is a strategy from the company end to promote their sales.
So that
See, so that then you go for new phone.
That's
Apple also.
Huh?
Apple also.
I cannot say Apple also.
Apple has more.
Whoever. See, I cannot say this phone, that phone. Any phone, any chip.
Yes, definitely.
Even see, suppose if I tap out today, why Indian ecosystem is moving towards chip? Why have you had to go for a chip? Because I keep my IP core. I tap out. Okay.
They want to know users.
Suppose, see, whatever you tap out, you give it to other country to develop your chip. Okay. What is happening if he's not inserting a Trojan? You just search, due to Trojan, any missiles are activated. Without knowing you, the missile can be activated because of Trojans. You can Google it. So Trojan is it's something different. If you try to find to capture the Trojans, nearly impossible. Unless and until you have your own fabrication, you do yourself. That's the reason we should have our own information. Mainly, the concept is at the wafer level they do. Software you can integrate your software. That you can easily check. But even I'll tell you, in software Trojans also, the computation time of your integration of the module, it's very, very, very negligible. You cannot change your original version and integrate software Trojan inserted version. You check. The computation time, the throughput will not different. Suppose if you insert a module, some change should be there, right? So that is a Trojans basically. Like if you see, even integrated Trojan in your AA's algorithm, any cryptographic algorithm, you will not be able to make a change. Start thinking, working on it. Think whether you can insert a Trojan and check in your post-quantum cryptography also. You can think that direction. Okay. So these are some areas. These are the policies. The type projects, some multi-grant projects. These are for the faculties where they can just explore. These are available on MIT website. You can go through that. These are some research forms where you can do on cybersecurity, wildlife, digital attacks, multilingual processing applications, ICT applications, and research studies, blah blah blah. So it's all. So again, think this is IPR. IPR summit objective: create awareness, facilitate support, promoting IPR in the field of ICT, creating infrastructure for strong IPR, creating some type related to projects, whatever you feel like. Okay. Thank you. I'll not bore you.
No, sir.
So anything you can ask.
So what is quantum work?
Quantum
Work.
work.
Works. W-A-L-K.
Walk. I have not come across quantum walk. Can you just brief more? Something?
So I don't know much about it.
Quantum walk basically, in my understanding by word, I think it should have to travel in that quantum. It's a multiple it's like photonics. How do they integrate the data out of it? I'm not sure of it since I don't want to comment much on the quantum walk. I just explore.
Sir, and if you want to work on quantum, you are saying that you work on quantum cryptography and you cannot teach.
For quantum computing, you should be a physics.
Yeah. Sir, that's
You
what
integrate with physics.
Sir, then the first thing we'll have to do is go through quantum physics, right?
Yeah.
And then only we can work on quantum cryptography.
No.
Huh?
For quantum computing is different. Quantum computing, it's completely photons. Okay. For developing a, suppose if I want to enable a chip in this quantum chip. Okay. This quantum enabled chip will work in the quantum computer. It is a mapping. This is the classical. Okay. This works here only. It will not work in the quantum thing. This is completely a quantum. It's like a computer. Desktop. Like a desktop, it will work. Cryptography basically, you want to encrypt the data or secure your data using an algorithm. It means you I'll give a data, you put an algorithm, encrypt it, then send it. This is a quantum algorithm. Quantum cryptography basically. Okay. So this quantum cryptography will work in the classical computer also, quantum computer also. Quantum computer basically where I want to use it for high computation purpose. Like I am developing one more desktop. That's a quantum computer for high performance. It's like you can say high performance computing, where it needs more like a computation power is very high in quantum computing.
So you said like we are building the quantum cryptography, right? Even the quantum computers can't break, right? So you said. You are building like
in quantum computer you cannot using an algorithm. See, quantum computer, what for quantum computer? To break the algorithm, na?
Yeah.
Correct.
What is quantum cryptography?
If I use it in quantum computer, classical, it doesn't matter.
No.
Simple classical system you can use cryptography, quantum
That is
cryptography.
I'm saying that what is quantum cryptography? That can be working
Maybe
anywhere.
quantum cryptography, I'm using a classical computer. Okay. When the quantum computer comes, it should not break my classical computer.
Okay.
But quantum computer can break that cryptography also, right, sir?
No.
In
Quantum cryptography, quantum computer can break a classical algorithm,
Not the
not the quantum algorithm.
Okay.
That's why it's a
That's why
post
we
quantum
select
cryptography. It's
Yeah.
going to secure in a quantum computing world.
Classical computer को save करने के लिए quantum
Even though the quantum computer has a like high computation power, this algorithm cannot be broken by them,
Yes.
but it will easily break the classical
Classical one.
algorithms.
Yes, yes.
That's what we want to secure the information in the quantum world.
Good.
Yeah.
Sir, but if we want to work, then we'll have to work in virtual environment, right?
Yeah.
IBM, etc. Whoever is providing.
Now I don't think so anybody is providing virtual information for quantum, but it is very costly. You can maybe some industries you may ask them.
Sir, then how will we work if it's very costly?
If it's very costly, now you can see. Industries is not going to give you any cloud computing purpose to give you research. Correct? Because even they are paying too much money. In
Then
that,
IT is going to do.
you can approach a project. Using that, you can ask for some industry to give you a login. You can pay for it. See,
And sir, you are
you're
going
correct.
to
See, your part is correct. Suppose if you say, so now sir, I'm going to develop a miniature quantum computer. I want to work. You are submitting a proposal. For example, you are submitting it. For that, you need a first login to develop your system. For that, your professor may be requiring some money. That money he may be getting a login. See, at least some base is required, right, for you to do the computation.
Yes, sir.
By just empty hand, nobody is good because they already invested too much crores and crores of money, million dollars they invested to develop that.
Yes, and no creativity comes in poverty.
Yeah, it's possible. Submit with your professor's input. See, like you have to have your information very concrete. What you are going to develop in quantum world. Because if you see, go to DST, there are a lot of 4 verticals are there, lot of industries, a lot of huge money is invested to develop that quantum. You can work in healthcare also, you can work in data science also, you can work in agriculture, multiple ways where you can expedite your research mind. That will give you more impact. Okay. Think of.
Sir, and we see WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, but one of the speakers said that at 2 a.m.